Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Coghill, and I'm starting off in the barn. I am in here with y'all can probably hear what I'm in here with, my juvenile Ancona chicks that I moved in here in the last video, and I am pleasantly surprised at how well they've done. So is Sylvester. All 9 are thriving. They're doing well. I will tell you that unlike other chicks this age that I've put in stalls, I will find them roosting up on the top of the stalls around the edge. And you know, a chicken's typical behavior is to roost on something high. But usually at this age, I find them still wanting to hang out on the ground. But not these ladies. They are quick to find their spots as soon as they start seeing that it's evening time. And there was one hen that flew over the top one night. The next morning I found her on the other side, and she found her way in there, but she couldn't find her way out. So I just wanted to update you guys and let you know that they are all doing well and they're enjoying this nice space, and this is where they will reside until the new chicken bus is complete. Well, the bovine crew has been fed, and you can see Matilda and little man hanging out along with Tater, big Moody over here to the side, and Mildred, she's already making her way out to the hay bale, where you can see they put a big dent in it already. So the grass is still green, but it's to the point where they no longer want that grass. They are requesting hay, and we made a good decision by going ahead and bringing it in. So while Tater and Matilda and little man continue to love on each other, everybody just gets along very well. I guess Tater maybe thinks she's Matilda's mama too, and that's good. That's good. Matilda doesn't mind, obviously. And little man's licking Matilda, Tater's licking Matilda. So happy bovine today. And Willie's finishing up his breakfast. Ruska always finishes first, but she is so good. She stands back and lets him finish. And I just kind of hang out in here until they both have completed their breakfast before I let them into the big pasture. And he's almost done. He's got a little of his forage left in the bottom that we've been mixing with his grain that makes it easier for his food to stay in his mouth. And I know he appreciates a little extra nutrition as well. And we still have yet to see the horses eat the hay. It's horse quality hay. There's nothing wrong with it, but horses just prefer grass. They may have snuck a little bit, but we see them out there grazing. I took the pool out because the temperatures are starting to get a little bit cooler, and I just didn't think the pool was needed anymore. Boy, was I wrong, according to Nugget. He said, bring the pool back or else I get in the water trough. So, well, that blue pool that I have turned upside down is about to get put back in and put to use, obviously. All he needs is a bar of soap. I mean, he fits in there just perfect. And obviously I'm going to need to clean the water trough out too. Once he decides to get finished with his bath. His buddies are really dirty. Ernesty and Opie. I don't know if they got in the pond yesterday or what, but they are a bit muddy. So my thinking of getting the pool out was a little bit wrong. I love how they dip down and then they get up and they shake off like a dog. And they groom themselves. You can tell he's taking each of his feathers and running it through his beak, getting cleaned off. Now, will he run when he gets out like the little ones do? I doubt it. Nugget said he's all grown up, but he still needs a bath. Well, while he's still enjoying the water trough, thought I would start filling up the pool. So when I do clean out the trough, they prefer the pool. I think they like the larger container, meaning the pool, versus the water trough. So I don't usually see them get in the water trough. They usually just drink out of the water trough. And you may think, well, water's water, but they do prefer the pool out of the two. And I think he's going to take full advantage of me filling up the pool right now. You were letting me know it was too early to retire that pool, weren't you, buddy? Are you going to get back in that one? Not enough water in the pool yet. Oh, my gracious. Who knows what he's thinking? I guess he's just testing them out. Which one's better? Pool, trough. Pool, trough. Yeah, the pool's the winner. It's got to get filled up, buddy. It's coming. Oh my goodness gracious. I go and let the horses out, and Matilda's still hanging out. Tater, little man, Moody still hanging out. And I look over where I fixed Nugget's pool, and I thought that's what he was asking for, was the pool back. But he's decided to get back in the trough that I cleaned out. Nugget, buddy, I just don't know what to tell you. I guess you got two bodies of water here, and you just choose whichever one works for you. Peaches, is that sun hitting you just right, girl? No need to go outside when you got the sunshine in here. Right? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your breakfast, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Your friend's already gone out. Pocket. She's out there in the pasture, so feel free. Go get you a suntan when the sun moves away from your body. Well, now that everybody is fed and taken care of, I wanted to update on something that I haven't talked about recently, and that is my health. 2 years ago, this month, started this whole upside down business that I had never experienced before in my life. Jason and I were invited to go to the Sunflower Festival in Florida, where Black Barn Blossoms had an event, and it was kind of like a meet and greet, and we were just honored to be a part of that event. Well, while there, we took advantage of being in Florida and went to one of our favorite state parks. It's St. Andrews State Park, singular. And we rented bicycles so we could enjoy the whole park and nature. And while we were on those bicycles, Jason and Mary Carl were pedaling quite in advance of me. And I asked them, I said, are y'all's legs hurting? Or is your back hurting? I thought I was just a little out of shape. And they said no. And, I continued to fall behind. And little did I know that was the beginning of my health battles. So we made it through the trip, but my body had started to ache, and I had never experienced any of this before. Jason had always had, little issues with his knees, where he credited it to his granddaddy having to have a knee replacement. And I never experienced any of that. No aches, no pains. I was 47 years old and just in what I would call picturesque, perfect health. I didn't even have a general physician at the time. My insurance had been kind of sending me letters telling me I needed to have, a physician, a MD, that I called my own. And so in August previous to October, I did do that. I went and found a physician that I was comfortable with at one of the big hospitals here in Alabama. And he did a complete workup, which I had not had done since, well, I don't know that I'd ever had it done, and found that my cholesterol was a bit high. And so immediately, you know, he wanted to put me on cholesterol medicine, and I said, no, I'm not taking the cholesterol medicine. I don't eat a bad diet, and I exercise, so I don't want to be put on cholesterol medicine. I tell you what, then you try to do better, and we'll check it again, you know, and see how make sure the numbers weren't off. So I did that, and lo and behold, my numbers were still pretty high. And my daddy had high cholesterol. My daddy passed away at age 49 from renal cell carcinoma, basically kidney cancer. And so he explained to me that cholesterol is about 50-50 genetic and what you eat, your diet. So him being my doctor, I needed to trust him, and I needed to trust what he was advising me to do. That nothing I ate, no exercise was going to bring that number down. And it was a number that he did not like. He did not like the risk factor of heart disease or stroke because of where my numbers were. I don't even remember what those numbers were, or I would share it with you. So I agreed at that point to go on a statin. And my daddy had taken statins prior to his death. And so I was familiar with this and did not want to do it because I'm a firm believer in doing things the natural way, if at all possible. So with his guidance, I started a statin in August. And in October is when I started having these aches and pains and feelings that I'd never had before. So I think back and I'm like, is there anything different? Is there anything that could have changed? And the only thing I could find was that statin. And I knew from people that I loved that had previously taken statins, sometimes it caused muscle aches and joint aches. And so I reached out to my physician and I went back to him and I requested to come off of the statin. And immediately they did. They took me off the statin because it was possible side effects to that statin. Upon coming off, no change was made. My body continued to ache and it continued to become worse. I continued to decline. I started feeling like I had the flu on top of having the body aches all over. I felt like I had the flu and I just had a hard time getting out of the bed. So long story short, this goes into the first of the year. My doctor then realized that it probably wasn't an effect of the statin at all, that I had developed an autoimmune disease and that I needed to get in to see a rheumatologist. First available appointment wasn't until April. And during this time from the first of the year until April, that I had the appointment, I was almost unable to get up most days. I did the best I could. I fought as hard as I could. We had a farm to run. I had a family to take care of, and my body was failing me, for lack of other way to say it. And I did the best I could, but thinking back on those days, I don't know how I did it. And I know that there are a lot of you that feel like you're in that same boat every day. And that's why I'm sharing what happened to me. So in April, I do get in to see a rheumatologist in the same group that my doctor is with. And he immediately starts doing all kind of blood work. The blood work that the doctor had previously done, my medical doctor, was to confirm that I did not have any vitamin deficiencies, that I did not have any tick-borne illness that had, made me start feeling these symptoms all of a sudden. All of that was ruled out. But anything that was specific to immunology was going to be done by the rheumatologist. So lots of blood work was done, lots of blood work that could be conclusive on a diagnosis, and lots that was just ideas for him to throw at the wall and see if anything stuck. because I had to have some relief. And thankfully this doctor was very understanding, and he started me on the first medication that he felt was appropriate for me after no blood work came back as conclusive what was causing me these troubles. Now, he's a rheumatologist, and he did not feel that there was a relation between me starting the statin and what was going on. I don't know if that was the start of it. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I couldn't go backwards at that point. There was no reason, Bramble, there was no reason for me to point fingers at anything. If the statin caused it, the damage was done, and here I was in this position, and I had to move forward in getting some sort of help because I couldn't go on like that. And so he said, what we do in cases like this, we know you have inflammation. My CRP was elevated. We know you have some inflammation, but there's nothing there that's conclusive as to what particular autoimmune disease we may be looking at. And so we started with a very broad drug, Humira. And the Humira immediately was effective. It was effective for me after probably the second dose. I started feeling better. And it was almost like it was a miracle. I had my life back. But over time, the next couple of months, it slowly started losing its effectiveness. I felt like I was back to square one. My mind told me that I'm going to be living like this forever. I was 48 by this time. I'm 48 years old, and I'm not going to be able to do anything that I want to do anymore. So I do want to let you guys know that I'm not somebody that goes out, and I don't want to take medicine if I don't have to. I want to do things the natural way. I had changed my diet. I had done everything that I knew supplement-wise to change what I was feeling. And none of that worked. In my position, I had to do something different because my body was giving up on me. I had no choice. So we all make choices based on what's best for us, and this was what was best for me. So the proposal was for me to change the medication to a drug called Enbrel. And Enbrel was something that I had heard about, through commercials and whatnot. I knew it was a drug that had been around for a long time. But he also wanted to add a drug that I would have to have labs done weekly to make sure it wasn't doing harm to my liver, and that was methotrexate. And he said what that does is allows the drug to work without failing you a little bit better with his experience. And so I agreed. I said that something's got to work, and if you're advising me to try something along with the injection, I'm on board to do it, and I will have the labs done regularly to make sure it's not causing further damage to my body. So lo and behold, I started the medication. It has started working, and I just still felt like it's going to quit at any minute. It's what's happened in the past, and I just have to be comfortable with the fact that it may not work. And I was taking the second drug with it, and here I am. I don't know how long I've been on the Enbrel. It's been at least a year that I have been good. I have been to where I do still have some bad days, but nothing like I was. Nothing like I was. So I'm not out here telling you to go off and get on a medication. I'm telling you that in my mind, I was close to saying nothing's going to work and giving up. And being in the bed every day with the family at 47 years old and not being able to do what I love, which is take care of this farm and these animals and help my husband on a daily basis. But because I did not give up and I continued to try along with the guidance of my doctor, I am here today, and I know that medication could still stop working at any time, but I'm hopeful that it won't. So during these visits where my medication was being changed, there were some different symptoms that arose, and my rheumatologist was able to pinpoint a diagnosis that he thinks is psoriatic arthritis. And there is no test that will definitively tell whether I have psoriatic arthritis or not. But his diagnosis is that pending blood test. I have blood work done regularly, and if anything shows up that would change that diagnosis, that's fine. But he is not one to pinpoint what drug is. Yes, this drug is helping me, but does that mean that it's rheumatoid arthritis because Enbrel's helping me? No, it doesn't. We are still treating it with the best of his knowledge from what my symptoms are, and I am encouraging you to not give up. If you have something similar to me, to keep going and just not give up. I have a doctor's appointment today, and that is what made me think to do this video. I have a doctor's appointment, and I will be turning in this Sharps container that is full of injectable pens that I've taken over the past 2 years of treatment. And no, I don't want to take drugs to make me feel myself. That's not my goal. And I don't think it's anybody's goal that has to depend on these medications to make them live a normal life. I mean, look at this. It is full of medication that enables me to go and function daily. And another something that has been added on top of that I credit a great deal to my treatment is a product called Lubricin. Lubricin is what Matilda, our cow, takes that enables her to walk on all 4 legs. They make this supplement for humans as well. I take this every single day, a tablespoon every morning. And my doctor does not want me to come off of the injections to depend solely on this yet. If I don't have any flares and we feel that I can do that and depend on Lubricin to help my body, he's on board with me coming off of it. But I am not going to be quick to jump off of it. So many of you have tried this and it has worked for you. I've had email after email with incredible stories. One that comes to mind is, this was in July, a lady started taking it. She had had her Christmas decorations out because she was not able physically to put them up. She hurt too bad. She started taking Lubricin, and 5 days later, she put her Christmas decorations into her attic, which had been sitting there since January. And it's just one story after another. This is not a commercial. It's not an advertisement. It's simply telling you things that have helped me. And I take the one that has MSM. That is the plus, MSM. We have been given a code that will save you 25% off any of your orders. And y'all, I'm here to help people. I'm not here to advertise something that I don't feel. If it didn't work, I wouldn't be talking about it. If it'll work for you, I don't know. I feel like part of my purpose on this earth is to indeed help others. And I find it in my heart to help anybody. I don't care if it's somebody walking down the street or my immediate family. I want to help. I want to help pass on information that I know has improved me, has improved others. I'm here to help. So COGHILL, all one word, in the promo code will get you 25% off. Jason can add a link also where you don't have to use that promo code. I did not start taking Lubricin before I started taking the Enbrel. I take it along with the Enbrel. A lot of people are only taking the Lubricin and it helps them. And I may end up just being able to do that. But it does help me. It helps my aunt. My Aunt Linda is in a similar situation. Psoriatic arthritis is known to have a genetic disposition. And my Aunt Linda has had a lot of trouble with severe arthritis. And she only takes the Lubricin, and she says it's been a lifesaver for her. And my mom takes it as well. My mom does not have the severe arthritis that my Aunt Linda does, but she does have some because she's getting older. So I just, I felt the need to give an update today because it does mark 2 years since the beginning of this health, I don't even know what you want to call it, health issue started. And before this started, I had no aches and pains. I had no problems. And now I have to depend on a medication to allow me to get up and go. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I don't know what the cause of it was. It may have just been something that was going to happen no matter what. I don't know if the statin had part of the beginning factor. I don't know. That's the unknown. But with me having a doctor's appointment today, it just was fresh on my mind that I needed to give an update to you guys and let you know what's going on and where I am with this. And I appreciate each and every one of you. There are so many people that offer kind words and just they want to know that you're in good health and that you feel good. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I just hope that if you're in a similar situation to me, that you don't give up. I'm not saying go out and get an injection to help you, but don't give up. That's the bottom line. Because if I had given up, I'd be in the bed right now. I wouldn't be sitting here taking care of the farm that I love, and I wouldn't be able to take care of my family that I love. And I've got tears in my eyes now thinking about it because it's not somewhere I wanted to be, and I was not about to give up. And I don't want you to give up either. So I'm going to keep on carrying on and take care of my family. And off to the doctor I go up in Birmingham, the big city. I'm going to enjoy something good for lunch. And keep smiling. Keep smiling. So my message to you today is don't give up. Do something that may help you. And y'all be good.